India's highest selling compact SUV has had its most comprehensive update in its 6-year history. We're in New Delhi to check out the 2022 Maruti Suzuki Brezza. Not Vitara Brezza, just the Brezza. It was facelifted in 2020 and it made the switch to a petrol engine. But now the Brezza has undergone a complete thorough revision, and by that I mean it looks very different to the SUV you could buy up until now. As you see, the face of the new Brezza, which Maruti by the way calls the second gen Brezza, even though it does not have a different platform, it's based on the exact same platform as the previous car. It has a different look up front. It has this cohesive one single piece element up front which incorporates the grille as well as the dual projector LED headlights. As you can see, the use of chrome is really minimal, and Maruti has even done away with something like the 4 skid plate and the 4 bull bar element that the previous car had. And there are no chrome embellishments around the fog lights either. Around the side, when you take a look at the new Brezza, this is the angle from which the new Brezza looks almost exactly the same as the outgoing car because the stance and the proportion remains the same. That being said, it is more angular, it is more squared off, so it has this slightly muscular feeling. In terms of dimensions, the new Brezza is almost identical to the old model, except it is 45 millimeters higher. And like I said before, there are no changes that have been made to the platform. So this is under the skin, essentially the same Brezza that you could buy earlier. And when you come around to the back, you will see that it has these new taillights which basically extend outwards to accentuate the width of this SUV. You have a smart hybrid badge over here, and the number plate housing has been moved lower down on the boot lid. So all in, you may mistake this at first glance to be the same old Brezza, but when you take a closer look, you will notice that there are some very big differences on the outside, and there are some major changes on the inside. Let's take a look. You see, once you get inside the car, you will notice that everything now feels very well put together. Everything feels solidly built. There's this really nice honeycomb finish for the chocolate brown dash insert. Certain variants will get dual tone interiors, and that's why you see this is a black and brown interior. There are so many new features inside the Brezza. We'll start with this 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system which is available on the top spec variant. You get wireless phone charging down here. For the first time ever in a Maruti, you get a factory fitted electric sunroof. What's more, this also comes with a head-up display like we saw in the new Baleno hatchback. And of course, this is a segment first. No other compact SUV has a head-up display. In other things, you will see that this has paddle shifters. This is the 6-speed automatic version, so it has paddle shifters. It has a new instrument cluster as well, but it is not a full digital instrument cluster. It is an analog digital cluster like we've seen in the past. In terms of space, the Brezza even in 2022 feels more or less the same as the previous car. Like I said, there are no changes in the dimensions, and because of that, space inside the Brezza is still somewhat limited, with the rear seat best for 2 passengers because the middle passenger will have some trouble given the fact that there is still a prominent transmission tunnel down here, and you've also got the rear AC vent module which eats into some foot space. Another area where Maruti has made significant progress is in the safety aspect. You see, the new Brezza comes with up to 6 airbags on the top spec model, and additionally, it comes with electronic stability program as standard, so it's present on all variants, as are ISOFIX child seat anchors, and we know how important those are to securing a full 5-star crash test rating. In essence, not much has changed under the hood of the new Brezza. You see, it still remains a petrol-powered SUV. It comes with a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder engine like before, but this is the K15C engine, and it has the smart hybrid system. So what that means is this has a small battery and an electric motor. Total power output stands at around 103 horsepower and torque stands at about 137 Newton meters. You get a 5-speed manual gearbox and you have a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. With a new look and additional features comes a heftier price tag. The new Brezza is available in 3 main trim levels. Those are LXI, VXI and ZXI. Then there's the range-topping ZXI Plus, and you can have the car with either a manual or an automatic gearbox. Prices for the new Brezza range from Rs 8 lakh to Rs 14 lakh ex-showroom. Now, you may recognize that these figures are a little bit on the higher side, and they do make the Brezza more expensive than the Kia Sonet, which is also a pretty well-equipped compact SUV. And then there's the fact that Maruti dropped the Vitara name for a reason. You see, Maruti is coming out with its own mid-size SUV, which will rival the Hyundai Creta, and will of course start somewhere in the 10 to 20 lakh rupee range. So let us know what you think of the new Brezza, what you think of the new look, what you think of the new features, and if you would consider buying this over any other compact SUV, and if you would actually buy this and not wait for Maruti's upcoming mid-size SUV.